In my quest to leave a mark on the culture and make hip hop proud, I'd like to welcome you all to another episode of The Essence. The Essence is presented by Tent TV and powered by Validated Magazine. And today, this charismatic gentleman from Brooklyn, New York, who's a fashion visionary when it comes to his style and an entrepreneurial hustler, really needs no introduction. Today, we're going to chop it up about music, get money, business endeavors, how important friends are in this industry, and his new signing with All Entertainment Media Group. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to this episode of The Essence, Five Mics, aka Mr. Big Drop. What's good, Five?
What's good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate that intro, man. Appreciate that intro. That was, you know what I mean? That was very accurate. You dig?
Thank you. Thank you for stopping in, man. I appreciate you, taking your time out, man. I know you're busy gearing up for the release, of the new album and everything, man. And I just appreciate you, stopping through for, Tent TV and then The Essence and Validated Magazine, man. We're gonna put you on the cover of the magazine, man. And it's just a pleasure to have an artist like you, coinciding with the brand, man. For real.
Well, first I want to say it's an honor. I appreciate to be a part of it. I support y'all and I support hip hop, realness, authenticity, and I'm just happy to be in the position I'm in. And one thing about me, I want to live up to the hype. You know what I'm saying? So especially when people like y'all put me in prestige positions or any perspective like that, I want to go out there and hit it out the park. So even with the project, I'm not playing this time around. We're taking things. We want to entertain at a high level for the public. Like we want to entertain. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas ain't entertaining. They just don't know what they're doing, but gotta rap. We gotta put the whole thing on. This is the whole show. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. So let's just jump right on into it, man. Tell me a little bit about the history, man. Like, how did you get the name Five Mics? I know you grew up in Brooklyn. And it sounds like you grew up in Brooklyn in the 80s and the 90s, or the 90s and the early 2000s, when shit was kind of rough. New York's a little different now. You know what I mean? I grew up in Queens, so I'm familiar with that. But how did New York influence you, man, and where did the name Five Mics come from?
Well, I'm a 5%er. That's one. Two,
okay.
Back in, we ride that five. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of different elements of the five thing with me. But Five Mics, from Source Magazine, when I used to rate the rappers in hip hop and rappers in hip hop, I don't want to say it false or wrong. I know those young kids might be listening, you know what I mean? But that's what they used to rate albums in hip hop at a certain time. So when I came out, when I wanted to decide to start rapping, I just wanted to do something that I wanted to have a name that really stood for hip hop. Even at that time when I was calling myself Five Mics, it might have came off corny back then. You know what I'm saying? It might not have been the name to you. Even though people like Five Mics back then, they go, you call yourself Five Mics, you gotta be nice, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what they to say. But when I say corny, I mean from that perspective. Like, put me in you better be nice, motherfucker, type position. Right. You know what I'm saying? But over the years, over the decades, somehow I've lived up to it. So it's dope that people accepted me being Five Mics, even the people that made up the whole situation with it. So I just think it's dope. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. And what about Brooklyn, man? What was the era that you grew up in Brooklyn like, man? And how did that influence you, bro?
I'm from Crown Heights, Bed-Stuy, Coney Island. You know what I mean? East New York. I lived in all those places. I grew up all over Brooklyn. I was homeless in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I played basketball all over Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? I was born in 1984. You know what I'm saying? This year I turned 40, 5/16, 2024. I'm not one of the rappers that lie about their age. You know what I'm saying? I'm turning 40 this year. I'm just from an era where a lot of things happen. I'm from that, I'm from that era where it's like, I'm not the crack era. I'm not the crack era, like the 80s era, because I was a little baby, but I'm like right under that. The biggest drug dealers of all time are my uncles. You know what I'm saying? They're the big homies. Such and such that's doing 100 years that we heard about. Like, you know what I mean? I was outside when they were doing their thing. So we have a different code and era that we grew up in. And, hip hop raised us too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like a hip hop baby in the certain codes and the certain things we learned from the hip hop culture that just the era I'm from affect me. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in Brooklyn, it was very live. At a different time, Brooklyn's still live, but at the time we grew up, it was very hands on.
Yeah.
It was, if you were not who you say you was, you'd probably get. Not saying you get beat up, but you just get called out for being a false thing. That was not really accepted, like being a phony. You know what I'm saying? That just gave me, like I said, growing up, just a different edge of militantness. And now let me stop playing because you can't play around out here. And that was it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely one of the hardcore eras. I'm glad I did them. I know you.
Yeah.
I knew that too. Like, fuck that. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way, bro.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely.
Facts.
No doubt. Tell me about the signing with All Entertainment Media Group, man. Is it just a music deal, or does this deal encompass some more things that you got in the pipeline, things that you planning on doing? What's the details behind the deal?
This deal right here is futuristic. Number one, it's the first of its kind, I think, of that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 50-50 partnership with them. We're just curating the most biggest, hottest New York City hip hop album that we heard in a decade. You know what I'm saying? That's all we try to do. Me and Jeff and Brandon Steiner and everybody, they just want to give me a chance. Somebody who's been in the culture for a long time never really got a chance to get his stamp of approval or his just due per se. All entertainers give me a chance to do that on the highest level there is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to Jimmy Fallon. You know what I'm saying? I won't talk too soon, but yeah, I'm going to Jimmy Fallon in like 2 weeks. So
Nice.
that's, you know what I'm saying? Just dealing with certain things. Like, it just gives me a chance to let the public and allow my music and my entertainment. I'm not just a rapper. I'm an entertainer. I'm an actor. I'm a producer. You know what I'm saying? I do so many different. I'm marketing expert, marketing genius. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what I mean. They just allow me the chance for the world to be able to see it. What everybody has been seeing at a different level. At the lower level. Now it's time to go to the highest one. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what's going on with Entertainment Media Group, and they're very good at what they do. Uh, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm hyped about it. And, I got my purpose, and I own my stuff. You know what I mean? I didn't sell out. I got masters, all that shit, man. But we have a 50-50 split and there's money to get. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it is, man. That's the type of deal that you want, man. You keep your creative control, you keep your masters, and they help you grow to that next level. That's what it is, man. Definitely, definitely.
Facts.
I know you've released a couple of singles in the past year, a couple of year or two or whatever. You had the I'm a Rap Star joint. You had the remix. That definitely sounds like classic boom bap with that Mardi Gras sample up in there. Where did that DMX verse come from on that joint?
Yeah, it's crazy. Rest in peace, DMX. Shout out to Caviar.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Caviar as a secret specialist. DMX laid that verse down. That was DMX. It's not AI. Wrote DMX verse. He laid it down a few years before, about 2 years, maybe a year and a half to 2 years before he passed away. But the song wasn't, because the song actually belonged to another rapper, which is Noriega. Shout out to Nori. And Nori stuff. But basically the song never came out. And you know what I mean? I ended with the record. But the record didn't sound like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a different record. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And Macy Gray was on the original record. I got her to come back and sing it over. You know what I'm saying? We got X's verse, mixed it, brought it to a different, you know what I mean? To where it sounds now. It's like one of the best X verses we heard in years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with the mix, it's fire. And we just I added Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? You know me and Fat Joe is like my brother. He's a big supporter. I'm a big supporter of him. TS for life. You know what I'm saying? So I added Fat Joe for more hip hop aspects. That I had put excuse me, my bad. That I had put Little Mama on the remix for the female aspects of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And then I put Macy Gray, and then we added Kid Capri to put even hip hop stamp of approval for 50 years of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So it just turns to one of those records. You know what I mean? The original record is inspired too, and the Rap Star remix. But I will say this: the Rap Star remix and the original rap star. Between my last album, that's the records I put out in between then and now with my new album coming out, and I feel like that those records later on will get more props. You know what I mean? I feel like it's okay, but it's like that record. It's one of my favorites. It's like a personal record. I feel like later on, I just feel like later on it might get a little more recognition than it's getting right now. But people love it, but it's much bigger.
Yeah, definitely. Also, another one that you had released a while back, the Pump Up the Volume joint. I noticed the theme in your music, man, where you salute, classic hip hop. You know what I mean? Boom bap hip hop, New York hip hop. I'm sure that's going to be a recurring theme on this new album. But how important is that to you to keep that New York sound of hip hop alive, man?
That's where we come from. That's where we are. That's what's in our blood and veins. It's great that some of the masses and some of the popular people in high places decide to, play different music from different regions, which is great, which is dope. Makes us versatile out of the city, but I'm just more focused on our core sound. If someone says, well, that's the old New York, well, then we're enhancing it. It's the new New York. Now we're tweaking. Y'all want to hear what y'all want to hear? Some 808s on it, but we're still going to tell stories. We're still going to talk articulate. We're still going to turn up. We're still going to, we might make a dangerous song, but it's not going to be a bunch of blibber blabber bullshit. It's going to be a piece of art that's prolific and something that represents New York. Even if it is a new language, a new lingo, it's not going to be some nonsense. It has to be well thought out, great piece of intellectual property, bro. It just has to be great art. And I feel we always had great art. And even that artists, the artists are so versatile. And when you look at a person like Method Man, you look at just the versatility of the New York rapper, like a Jadakiss. And Jadakiss is more of a simple one, but he's so lyrical and so tactical with his wordplay. As a superhero, you got to watch. You got Busta Rhymes. It's like, look at Fat Joe. You see these names? They're so such an artist. You know what I'm saying? These people I'm naming. So they take their craft serious, and and that's why I feel like New York music needs to reflect as well. And I'm not saying nothing about the rappers in New York that make other sounding music, whether it's drill or whether it's pop. Or I'm not saying no stupid shit like that because that's not where I'm at with it. But what I am saying is the vibration has to change, and the vibration that we're on right now is definitely the high vibration, early New York City frequency waves, enhanced a little bit. If you don't know, that's I'm not you, but if at home, if y'all don't know, that's what's going on. We're looking for the new Wu-Tangs. We're looking for the new Rockefeller records, the new this, the new that. In order to get that, we're returning back to certain frequencies that bring the vibrations up, not down. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. What's your earliest memory of hip hop?
I remember hip hop from the Sugar Hill. Even though I was born in 1984. I still remember. I remember hip hop. I remember all that. I wasn't in high school or nothing, but I remember hearing that, seeing that, and catching that. I remember going down the timeline, even if I was years behind or a few years late. I remember I'm such a connoisseur and such a person of hip hop. I remember everything, but I don't know because, like I said, when you say the first, I could probably answer that question. If you ask me, what is the first time that I was like, nah, I love this shit. Because rappers are like,
what was that? When was that?
As I got older, I appreciated Rakim and everybody's era from that era. As I got older, as a teenager, as I got a little older, but at the time in my life where I looked at some shit, it was like, wow. That started for me with Michael Jackson, and then I'm not trying to be funny either. Like MC Hammer, MC Hammer, Biggie Smalls, Tupac, Jay-Z, of course. That whole era of certain Too Short, Bun B and Pimp C affected me too. There's a few people that I seen, I was like, and it zapped the shit out of me. Not to be funny, T.I. It's my brother. mean, it sounds cliche, but T.I. was another artist that early on when I watched, I was like really captivated. And even though had a love for hip hop before T.I., but I was at an age when T.I. came out, certain stuff that it affected me more than certain, you know what I mean? And now as an older person now, as I look at hip hop as a whole, nah, I have my favorite eras. I have eras that I feel like outweigh others and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, no doubt. I often hear you, like I doing my, my research and just seeing you in general, online and stuff like that, and on social media. You always talk about having a very big background in having your faith, where it's supposed to be. Where does that come from? Did you grow up in the church? I mean, I know you're 5%er, and I know what that's like as well. But where does the faith come from now that you're at a certain level, and how do you keep that faith strong?
Um, well, I definitely grew up in the church. I've been to many churches, many religions, because growing up, first we was Catholic in the hood. My mom used to take us to Catholic church. I remember complaining to my mom, I don't like this church, mom. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to come to certain stuff. You there, my bad? You there? Hello?
I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, certain stuff. Just affected. I didn't like the Catholic Church. Then I remember my mom, she got more enlightened now. We ain't doing the Catholic no more. Then we started going to the Baptist church. You know what I'm saying? Then I went to Connecticut. I was with a white family, my step family. I love them to death. I'm saying white family to categorize them and make you think I don't love them. But I love them. I just always say, I'm silly like that. You know what I'm saying? But my family in the suburbs that adopted me, I love them. Shout out to Dolan and Tanya. They raised me for a certain period of my life. They were Baptists. Pastor Frank was somebody I tuned in and listened to. And I had my father, his God body. I always have faith in the beginning. I feel like I'm God's child. Like I'm a chosen one. I'm a chosen one. I'm a special being. Nobody's perfect. I haven't done everything perfect in my life. I've had a dark side early on, but I was always a person that was so in tune with God. I never ever could really cross over, even if I did something bad. Whether I shot somebody, beat somebody up, robbed somebody, it didn't matter. It was in self-defense or in survival. I never woke up and did anything malicious in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Woke up and like, I'm going to do, what I'm trying to say? We do have codes and rules to everything. So I grew up militant and I just feel a connection with God. But one thing about me, God showed me what I'm here for. He did it in front of the world. For people that don't know or people that do know, I was in the music business a long time and I kept my faith and God allowed me the lane to do it how I wanted to. He already did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like right now I'm on my second album that's big and everything, but like I already made millions. I already rapped with some of the people I always went for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? I already fucking shut down Louis stores and I already fucked the baddest bitches in America. That's all these things are done. Right now, this is just destiny stuff now. Now it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be rapping. I already do it, but now it's like, oh yeah, God's to do this. It wasn't just like a fluke because my last album did 7 million streams. Makes over $15,000 a month independently. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? That shit did what it's supposed to do, and I think it's a classic. And for me to be coming back again with another album and still have the new New York on it with Busta Rhymes, is like again, and that's a lot. And when I play some of these fucking records for you, you're gonna see that I'm not bugging. Like these shits are crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. No doubt. No doubt. That's what's up. Yeah, man. I mean, for the people that don't know the story, we know that you got, some of your bread in the beginning from a beer company that you netted about 8 million from. You went through a hard time trying to get that money. I heard you tell this story about, you had lost one of the certificates and then you had the background with the criminal record and nobody believed that this was actually your money and that this stock had matured. After you got that money, how long did it take for the adjustment period for you to adjust to having that kind of money? And then what was the most valuable lesson that you had to learn to keep that money?
Well, I'm still traumatized. I'm traumatized for the rest of my life till I die, man. Because it's like God came out the sky and talked to me when that shit happened. It was so real and so real and so like, no way that I know it's a God. And I know, like, it's what I'm saying, I can't explain it, bro. It's like almost somebody one day, like God let you fly around the city for like 20 minutes. Like, some people might have seen it as like, nah, bro, I actually took off and he let me, like, nobody can tell you shit no more. So it's like, from that perspective, God showed me that he's so real. And I'm still traumatized. I'll never, ever, ever, ever look at life the same ever again. And another thing that probably doesn't get publicized much, but I was making money for a long time before I got the stocks. When I say I'm dead broke, I rate it as far as the regular America. But I never was like a bum ass nigga. Like even when I was a bum ass nigga, I never was like one of those guys. I always had potential. Even if I had the same clothes on for a couple of days, everybody would file and figure it out. But I always had spurts and times in my life where I always had money because I've always been a hustler. That's where the faith comes in. I always had faith and kept a little something. That's the thing. You never tell people, hey, if you have nothing, great. Keep going, bro. Keep working. Don't fucking bitch about it. You have nothing. But if you work, you'll get something. And if something builds up, and if you give faith in God, he will give you favor. If you don't believe and you don't work, you won't get shit and you won't succeed. It's like that simple. ABCs, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Some people don't understand that shit. And when you understand, like, nah, listen, right now I'm just gonna put that work in. How long is it gonna take? It might take a year. Who gives a fuck? Put the work in, lock in, and you'll be all right. Because you're putting work in. It's like, it's like pressure. Like, this shit is mathematics and physics, bro. You put the work in, you get a certain thing back. And some people don't understand. They want to put a little bit of work in and try to time the universe. It's like, you can't fucking do that. You just got to go. And you'll get repaid when you get repaid. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Definitely. I know you said on your joint Holy Ghost, you said you've been getting money, like you said. So you've been getting money. You don't care about selling music. You got the hip hop pizza, 5 slices. You got your own ice cream flavors. What are some other business endeavors that you're currently into that we should be on the lookout for?
Well, right now I got my own sneakers with Starberry. Shout out to Stefan Marbury. You go on my link in my bio right now. Click them. You get them online. Pick your flavor shoe you want. But the Starberry brand, the Xavier 3s, they're amazing. I got my own, like I said, I got my own pairs coming out. I'm like head of marketing as well. I'm just partnered with as a friend, as a brother, and also as an artist and entertainer. So I'm really strong behind the sneakers. They're A1 quality. It's not like some bullshit sneaker, pay less or something like no, bro. Shit's top, super fire joint. The culture will pick them up eventually. You know what I'm saying? But this is not even something that we're trying to fake program. Like, we got the shoes, you want them, go get them. They're hot. And the culture, once they start accepting them, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not coming to bring no bullshit. And, also, yeah, I got the vegan splash. You know what I'm saying? I know you mentioned that, but I got the vegan splash. I'm opening a clothing store with the Xavier 3s, and I'll be selling, shout out to Gianni, the tailor. I will be selling vintage clothing, hip-hop clothing, real shit, Louis, Gucci, shipped from the 80s and 90s that you'll never find anywhere. And you can't get a duplicate guy. They won't be able to do it like the way we do it. This is the original. It's that Dapper Dan. It's that Gianni Taylor. It's that original Harlem, official, authentic fabric. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game. And I'm probably open a store and have that kind of stuff going on. I just got films, production. I'm just trying to be an all-around hustler. Yeah, like I said, I got the film. I have a documentary coming. Documentary, one of the most important things, even to me, even bigger than my album, because my actual story told for me the way I want it to be told. Because my story will be told for years and years to come. I want to tell my own version, at least one time. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Definitely. I know you said the album's coming on 5/16/24. Tell us the name of the album and tell us all of the features and the producers that you worked with on the album.
All right. Well, the name of the album's called The Drop Is In. My name is Big Drop. It's my alter ego, I guess, if you want to say, or my AKA. Big Drop. The Drop Is In. It's an urban catchphrase that I made up. And it's more of like, the drop is in, could be at any time. You could get your new kicks from the store. Oh, drop us in. You get an email. You could fucking get a DM. Drop us in. You get paid at work. It's a regular cubicle job. Get your paycheck. Oh, drop us in. You know what I'm trying to say? And the reason I call myself the Big Drop, you know what I mean? And the reason I call myself the Big Drop, some people might not really got it, but if you were following Five Mics early on, I told people that I was going to make it one day. I told people I had faith, and I always put content up, and it always looked like maybe one day Five will get something going. And I did get something going. And when I did, you know, I called it the drop came, son, the big drop. And that's it. I call myself the Big Drop. And, I see, by the way, I see Sente, whatever his name. I don't have no problem with him. I love him. He's funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with the young niggas. And I hope he sees this. You know what I mean? But he got a homeboy, as they call the Big Drop. I don't know his name, but it's like Sente got the homeboy called Big Drop. And it's like, there's only one Big Drop. You know what I'm saying? I know his homeboy who he is, you know what I'm saying? But like, come on, man. It's all good, this is this the real world, so I'm not gonna freak out like, yo, it's only one Big Drop. But really, there's only one there's only one drop.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stress it, but let's just be, gentlemen, you know what I mean? Let's keep it official. But I support that movement. I think they're funny as hell. But yeah, he gotta get a new nickname for sure.
All right, so I know you always talk, you always big up T.I., and I know that you guys are like, family for real. I've heard you say that, there was a point in your life when you lived with T.I. and the whole 9 yards. You guys ever thought about doing a podcast together? Because y'all both charismatic as fuck. Y'all both funny as fuck. Has that ever been an idea that crossed your mind?
I'm on a couple episodes of his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Co-hosted a little bit. I mean, I would do any type of work with T.I. if he wanted to. He my number. He would just call me up and say, "Five, I want to do this." If I thought it was dope, which I probably would, it's my boy, I would do it. But as far as the podcast and stuff, yeah, he got his own podcast. If he wanted to get, what I'm saying, it's one of them, yo. But it's like me and Tip on the thing is like we got to figure out how the show gonna be going because you know what I mean. I'm a big talker. Me and him probably argue most of the show. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's my boy. Like we would debate and argue most of the show.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but I think it would be entertaining for sure.
No doubt. So you've got all these great relationships, right? In this game, Fat Joe and Busta, and I've heard you talk about, how people helped you when you were going through some things early on, like Wood Harris and Mike Epps, and T.I. and Jim Jones and stuff like that when you were coming up. What do these relationships mean to you now that you're on the other side of the struggle?
I'm like a mafia guy, bro. And feds, I didn't say mafia. I said I'm like a mafia guy. Relationships are priceless. I'm appreciative to be acknowledged. I think that those guys you named, I'm also a friend to them as well. I think that's a real thing. I'm a lot of people's friend too. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of mentors, a lot of OGs that help me and show me respect, but I'm also a good friend to those people as well. I'm a spiritual guidance. You know what I mean? We feed off each other. We're family. And I'm being on this side now. I want to give a little more props. I've always been saying this, but like they should get more props. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the OGs that fucked with Five Mics and co-signing Five Mics, working with Five Mics organically and keeping it official. That's what this is about. That's what the game is about. And to see that actually take place for me, yeah, they deserve praise, deserve acknowledgement, and it's pretty dope to be in that position. But I will say, like, I'm definitely playing a part, though. You know what I'm saying? I definitely make it easy, too. You heard?
Yeah. No doubt. Up until this point, what has been your most memorable moment as an artist in the industry?
Woo! It's a crazy question. At the end of the day, New York with Fat Joe was one of pivotal moments in New York history, hip hop. Like I said, we don't have to talk about it now. They're gonna talk about it though.
Right.
Fat Joe, when we did it, I think when we did on Times Square, it was T.I., Trade the Truth, Nims,
Mm-hmm.
so many different artists and rappers came out, and we all was on Times Square as one, and we did New York with me, Fat Joe. And I felt like that was the day. I felt like, wow, the police, every fucking body's out here. And that was pretty dope to be an independent artist coming from off the street and be able to pull like those type of people out and be able to do something for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? All from different places. It was just dope. And it also showed that the Lions, that's Atlanta, that's Houston, that's Florida, all these different places, all in Times Square in New York. I thought that was dope. And it also showed that everybody appreciate hip hop. And that was like for 50 years of hip hop. So it's like, I'm just saying, it was like the early fuse for certain energy. See?
Right. Hip hop turned 50 last year. In the spirit of that, man, our culture is still really young. You know what I mean? When you think about, longevity as far as music and everything. But in the spirit of hip hop being 50 years old, what does hip hop actually mean to you?
Hip hop is my life. Hip hop is everything to me. It's one of my favorite things I ever did, I've been a part of. And hip hop's just lifestyle, bro. It's not only music, it's lifestyle. And hip hop is the future. And people might not understand it, but it's like 50 years later, hip hop is alive and it's gonna keep getting bigger. And yeah, it's gonna keep evolving. But it's very important to protect the code of hip hop, the energy of hip hop. A lot of people get mad at me. Yo, 5 Mike, somebody go, who the fuck is you to call out this one? Who the fuck is you to say what hip hop is? Well, I'll tell you who the fuck I am, away from a rapper. I'm a fucking fan of hip hop. You don't have to be much. You don't have to have a fucking platinum album to tell somebody what the fuck is hip hop and what is not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not against people growing. I'm not against music having dynamics, and I'm not against overcoming oppression. But we're not going to have our fucking hip hop MCs wearing dresses and holding microphones, kicking it to the public. There's other people, other stuff that if you want to wear a dress and kick some shit, go ahead. There's so many different things you could do. But you won't be a part of hip hop doing it because we don't need that. Do you understand? This is fucking, like, that's the thing. It's like, yo, we're here to do something to elevate the culture. Oh, it's rap, it's this, it's that. It's like, yo, guess what? It's fucking also education, it's also influence, and it's also a big part of fucking fabric. So to get there and say, well, I'm gonna do this and do that, yeah, you could do it. And I'm like, hey, look, you're rapping, go ahead, do it. You're entertaining, go ahead, but you're not fucking hip hop. Oh, well, the hip hop is biased. Yes, nigga, the army's biased, Navy's biased. Go to these places that the fuck you want.
Yeah.
So, and am I the be all of hip hop? Fuck no.
Nah, right.
It's a part of it, and I'm allowed to speak up if I fucking want to. Not only that, as a fan, as a participator, you know what I'm saying, as a rapper, and someone behind the scenes. I've been behind the scenes for 20 years with some of your favorite fucking artists. You know what I'm saying? I was in the studio with Lil Wayne when he did the Carter 2. You know what I'm saying? I was in the studio with T.I. when he does the Paper Trail. I'm in the studio with, I could keep going on and on and on. How many legends I was there when they did some of the hottest records that they ever did in their life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely a hip hop baby. And yeah, hip hop is everything to me.
Absolutely. Final message, man. What do you want to say to the people out there? And like, what's the ultimate 5 Mics message, man, that you want to, when this is all said and done, and you return to the essence, what's the message that 5 Mics wants to leave behind for the people?
Well, first of all, always keep your faith and be great. Don't try to be great. Don't try to do anything. Just fucking be great, be excellent, and believe in yourself. Don't wait for someone else to tell you you're hot. Wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say you're hot, and then you fucking do it and do it 1,000%. Because 100% is not good enough. And I'm saying all I can say also is that I'm living proof that having faith, you can get anything you want in life. And if you don't believe, they can just look at my story or look at what I'm about to do in the next couple of years. It's what it is.
That's what it is. Five Mics, man. Thank you very much, my brother. I'm looking forward to what you gonna bring to the table for this culture, man, for hip hop, for New York, for that New York sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like for me, man, it's always been about the essence of the culture, man. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how much the culture grows, it's always been about that essence, man. And you know, people in New York do all different types of sounds and all different types of music, man. But sticking to the core of what we do as New York MCs that spit, that rhyme over hard ass beats, that say some shit in their music, like that's that shit that stick to your ribs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I thank you very much, man, for tapping in with me on the essence, man. Like I said, we gonna get some pictures from you. The cover of Validated magazine. You know what I mean? Nems was also on there. I know you mentioned Nems on the New York. He was also on the cover of the magazine as well. So you're gonna be in great company, man, when we drop that issue.
Fire.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Appreciate it. Yo, when you stop recording, don't hang up.